Hey guys. Whoop. Okay. Just getting it all adjusted here. How are we? Happy to see you all. Thank you for coming in, whether it's live or the replay. I'll give it a couple moments. Many of us may be a little slow starting today. It's very rainy here. Great morning. So with that being said, though, my dog is out because she's afraid of the rain. Any sort of like if it's not sunny, she's pretty much afraid of it. So she is out. So hopefully she doesn't start barking during this. But we'll just give it a few moments, see if anybody can come on live. If not, of course, the replay is up for you. And I even started uploading these all onto my YouTube channel. So they are popping up day by day. It started yesterday with the day one. So I will just go ahead and even link my YouTube channel into the comments below. So that way, if you want to come over there and subscribe and whatever and check out everything I've uploaded in the past, there's lots of movement on there as well. And yeah, you can also, keep these videos forever as something to kind of come back to keep your energy flowing. And yeah, I also had a new podcast come out today, and I'll also link that below as well. It's about gratitude and how gratitude is the language of receiving, which we spent a whole week talking about gratitude. But at the same time, when I do record these offers, like I said, like I told you before, they usually come out in different sorts of verbiage, right? Like your energy is different every single day, and new things will flow through you every time that you arrive to talk about it. At least that's my personal opinion of it all. So I'll go ahead and link that below as well. So let's go ahead and get going here. We are on day 3 of our final week. We have 2 more days after this. And today we're just going to talk about where your attention goes, your energy flows, and what we can do to really begin to put our energy to the places that we want. Place our attention into the places that we want the energy to flow to. So when you think about that, let's think about even like our daily thoughts, our daily unconscious patterns and habits that we have. And we're usually waking up on the same side of the bed, going through our daily motions, doing the same things at the same time, going in this very fluid motion, not really ever giving any sort of thought to what we're doing, right? It just becomes a very unconscious habit, very unconscious patterns and programming. We are driving to work, somebody cuts us off, it's our immediate reaction to cuss them out. And then, then we get stuck in traffic and the anxieties go in and we're getting more and more pissed off. And then that becomes our story for the day, right? Like everyone's like, how are you? How are you doing? And it turns into this, well, I'm having a really shitty day and I feel this way because this person cut me off. Can you believe it? The nerve of that person. And then I got stuck in traffic and then I was late and then I spilled my coffee all over me. And this is why now I'm choosing to have a really shitty day, right? So it becomes this very, the whole like thought of the word of like victim mindset sounds really harsh because I never want to be harsh in any way, but it does create rather like a victim mentality of I am this way because of this. And many of us carry this with us. It becomes our stories. It kind of becomes our armor, even aside from just like having a shitty day and allowing that to be the energy you're carrying out because of what happened that day. But also, we all know somebody in our life who is closed off to something or acts a certain way because something that's happened to them in the past. We all know somebody who kind of will close up their heart and not trust ever again because they experienced a really nasty relationship. Somebody maybe cheated on them or just did something wrong to them, or somebody who's afraid to take that leap in their business because in the past they've tried and they failed. You know, like we all have these stories and also know somebody that has a story that, like I said, it's kind of like our armor of I am this way because of this. And it's almost like this mentality that we carry that allows us to just place the blame outside of us. So that way it's just, we don't have to put ourselves out there anymore. We don't have to take that risk anymore. We have this story to just help guard us in the way that we are. You know, does that make sense to you? And it's not supportive at all. And by us carrying on the same story in the same context, we are creating that same future. We're sticking to the known past and creating a very known future. Nothing's ever going to change for us. It's all going to be the same day in and day out. And when we're like, why can't I get out of my own way? Why does this continue to happen? Because we're living the same stories. We're living the same unconscious patterns. We're living the same unconscious programming. And we're telling the same exact stories over and over again of why we can't be successful, why we can't be loved or love, or, you know, why we can't take the leap or why we can't trust, because we're putting all of our energy into something that's not serving us. Okay. And it's creating like a lot of dis-ease within the body. It's creating chemical imbalances. It's just not good. So we literally have to learn how to become greater than our reality and get past ourself, get past like that, the ego, right? And now the ego isn't always bad. We need our egos. And in fact, like just in dropping this whole idea that we need to like conquer the ego, because we don't. Instead, we need to form a beautiful, loving relationship with our ego, because our ego is what helps to keep us safe, right? If we didn't have an ego, we would never really know when something was scary. We would be taking a lot of really dangerous risks. And now when I say that, fear is going to come up even if you're not in actual danger. So something I often tell my clients, when that fear comes up, assess it. Show yourself that you got you, that you support you, by asking yourself, am I really in danger right now? Or is this a fear that my ego has of the unknown, right? Of taking that leap into the unknown. So if you are actually safe, if you're not about to walk down that dark alleyway, because that's obviously your ego protecting you, helping you, guiding you. When you're actually safe, you know that it's just that ego, just afraid of the unknown. So continue to take the leap and become greater than your reality. Get out of your own way and choose to put your attention where you want the energy to flow, which means where you want things to be delivered to you, where you want to experience all of your desires. Also, too, to drop the stories that you have against another person, right? Because, and I know we've talked about this before in another video, but you're literally giving them like all your power. You are. Because what is that person doing? Like, the person has really no idea that you're thinking about them all day long or you're hating on them all day long. They have no idea. They're not affected by it. They're still living with their life. They're carrying on. They're just fine. However, it's you that's giving them all your power, all your energy, and they're unaffected, but you're completely affected. So dropping that is very, very, very powerful. So what we've been going on with this week is different activities you can do to be greater than your mind, to be greater than your reality. And so something I have for you today is to talk about all the ways that you already are everything that you desire. So let's break that down a little bit. What are you desiring? Whether it's abundance, success, to be supported, to feel loved, to have amazing friendships. What is it? Health, like freedom. And so what you want to do here is, when you are in those processes of of telling the same stories of that same past, creating the same future, and you're holding on tight to the same old every single day, right? When you're like really in that, the deep trenches of the emotions that you are not desiring, see if you can pivot and shift, moving out of it to place your attention where you want the energy to flow by talking about all the ways that you already are. So how are you already abundant? And maybe it's not within your bank account, and that's okay, because guess what? You're so abundant in a million other ways. Even think about going from room to room in your home. Look at all the abundance you have. You have an abundance of towels, right? Abundance of soap. Even if you only have one bar of soap or one towel, you still have enough for you, right? An abundance of blankets, abundance of clothing. You have more than enough. That is abundance. And then even if you are in a space where you really just, you feel like you just don't have that stuff in your home, you can go outside. There's an abundance of oxygen, an abundance of trees, an abundance of grass, of flowers, of people. There is an abundance. So talk about all the ways that you already have it, that you already are. Same with love. How do you already experience love? Success. How are you already successful? Freedom, support, friends, all of it. How are you already all of that? So when you're focusing on what you already do have and all the ways that you already are, you're putting all the attention where you want the energy to flow. Remember that the subconscious mind is always working to create your reality. What you're thinking and what you're feeling is turning on that subconscious mind to create more of that. And if you're always focusing on what you don't have, you're going to be creating more of what you don't have. But if you're creating in all that you do have, and that's creating the elevated emotion, right? Because doesn't it feel better to think about all the things that you already have versus what you don't have? Yeah, like it feels so good to be like, wow, I really am so fucking abundant. I really am so healthy. I really already do have so much love around me. It feels so much better. And you're telling that story and you're elevating your emotion and you're thinking more positively and you're feeling more positively. And that momentum is going, 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 going. And here you are. The subconscious mind delivering more of that to you, creating more of that as your reality. So write it out, talk it out, dance it out, move it out, whatever feels good to you. We've talked about the different ways that you can do this, do these exercises. If you're not a journaler, that's okay. But when you catch yourself thinking about all the things that you don't have or everything that's not here yet, pivot and shift, become greater than that reality, become greater than that ego mind, become greater than the unconscious patterns and programs, and choose to send your attention to a place that elevates you. Choose to invest your energy in what does feel good. Invest your energy in what you do want by focusing on how it's already here. Write about it, talk about it, sing about it, move about it, whatever. Call your friend to talk about it with them, whatever it is that you need to do. Pray about it, right? A huge one. And allow it to grow and multiply, because it will. And you're going to feel better doing this. Your health is going to get better. Your immune system's going to get better. Your skin's going to glow more. Your heart's going to open more. You're going to attract more amazing experiences to you, more amazing people to you. It's really beautiful. And you just become that more positive person, right? And you drop that victim mindset, the victim mentality of like, this is why I am the way I am. And now let me remind you of that though. Like, that means you're gonna have to drop that armor of, well, I don't put myself out there because of this, or I'm not gonna go for it because of this, right? Like, you do have to drop that armor, which means that like you're taking those leaps, right? You're leaping into the unknown. You're facing your fears. But like, isn't that a life well lived Wouldn't you rather at the end of your life know that you tried and you tried and you tried, and even when you failed, and even when you were heartbroken, and even when you experienced deep loss and grief, that you still kept going, and you still kept opening your heart, and you still kept going after your dreams and choosing you? Wouldn't you rather be in that sort of energy at the end of your life than looking back and being like, wow, did I let that person control how I felt? Did I let that person control and dictate what I did and didn't do? Or I let my failure stop me from seeing what else is possible for me, right? Like, think about that as well. Drop that armor and choose to leap. Choose to put your attention exactly where you want the energy to grow and to flourish, because you won't regret it. Even if you fail, even if it doesn't work out, there's still going to be more for you. It's still going to, it's still building that momentum. It's still sending you in the right direction. Okay? I promise. This work is beautiful. It's hard. It's difficult. You face some of your biggest fears, but like, it's always worth it. The effort will always be worth it. All right. So that's it. That's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Let me see here. I think I'm in here at 9 tomorrow. I am. Yeah. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. Finishing out last 2 days with just, a little bit more of this kind of work of getting past your present reality. So see you 9 a.m. Enjoy your day. Remember, talk about all the things that you already do have. Talk about all the things that you already are desiring. Be greater than your reality. Drop the stories. Drop the people that, have bothered you in the past, who have affected you in the past. Drop the failures, the problems, the losses, anything that have prevented you from going forward in the past. It's time to leave them behind, and it's time to focus on what it is that you do want. And the best way to elevate that emotion and to elevate what it is that you do want is by seeing everything that's already here for you. Because it's already all here. It is. It's not something that you have to go out and get. It's here for you. It's a matter of opening your heart, opening your mind, letting that light in, letting all that love in, and being it. All right. See you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Have a beautiful day.